Well. Did y'all see that performance today? I know people, a lot of people saying, well, it was just the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars are 2-8. What's so happy about this W? Well, why are we so happy? How dare y'all be happy about this W? Oh, hey, my bad, folks. What's going on, people? These are people over here at AFL. You already know what to do. Hey, I'm your boy, 6-Man K Styles, aka the fullback of AFN. And we're gonna talk about why I say the fullback.
I already know. I knew as soon as I saw that, I knew you was gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah, but as you already see on the screen, we got your boy to my stage right. We got Jew Talk Sports, the minister himself, and all the way on the other side of the screen, as you already know, it is the mad scientist himself. Yeah, Drew, go ahead and point over that way because we got Mad Mike Sports. You already know what to do. And then as you see at the bottom of the screen, well, since we done switched formations and Mike done Peyton Manning our asses and switched our formation to my stage left, we got Mr. J Rock, the Lord of the Disc. Well, back to the damn Peyton. Hold on.
Hey, that's Peyton Manning. That's what he do. He always call
Omaha.
Oh, is that Omaha shit? Call, make the call next time. But as you see at the bottom, you got your boy J Rock for life, aka the Lord of the Discord. And as you see at the far right down there is Mr. Alex Edwards. We haven't declared a nickname for him yet, so we just gonna call him AE over there. Y'all watch TV. What's going on, people? What is going on, people, man? How we feel about this game? How you feel about this game? Yeah, and I saw somebody said something about the 0-17 crowd hasn't showed up yet.
Of course not. Of course not. Yeah. Why would they?
Why would they? Yeah, I'm about to say when the Falcons lose, they show up. When Matt Ryan's a topic, they show up. When the Falcons win, it's almost like they pissed off at that. But how y'all feel about today's game? What did y'all see in today's game that was different from the previous 2 weeks?
No, I'm
Attitude. I saw attitude with that front line. I saw attitude with CP. I saw attitude with Mike Davis. Even though he didn't have, the game that I expect him to have, I saw him running with a little bit more authority. And that's what I want from him. Gallman, again, another one of those guys that unsung hero you don't expect from, but he came in, ran with authority, ran with a purpose, offensive line. Look, and I'm sure I'm gonna pass it to Jew when I say this because I'm positive that this is exactly where he want to go. But your boy better watch his. He's setting a sign, and he ain't playing around. He's not playing around with his O-line, and you can see even with the receivers, the running backs, you get him a little bit of leeway. But when he starts seeing this offensive line struggle, he don't play around. And look, he sent a clear message to Matt Hennessy: either get your crap together, or Dahlman gonna be in your spot. And I'll pass it to Jude to kind of, go from there.
I kind of was going to go there, but I wasn't going to go exactly there first, Mike. But you know that I'm going to talk about the trenches because I always do. But I basically was going to start off with Cordero Patterson because he's just the MVP of the season right now for the Falcons. I mean, we didn't score a touchdown the 2 games he missed. He comes back into the game, boom, playmaker, just a playmaker. I mean, like as much as we get on Mike Davis, you know, I've been sitting back analyzing this whole week and this weekend. Like, are we being too hard on Mike Davis? I've been watching a lot of different shows of people that cover the Falcons on YouTube, and they were talking about the O-line. You guys go check out Atlanta Sports Unlimited. I watched their show, and they were talking about how the O-line has kind of been struggling, and that's the reason that Mike Davis hasn't really been, you know, been able to get going this season. But then I cut today's game on, and right off the bat, I see Cordell Patterson ripping off 6 and 7 and 8 yard runs. And I'm like, there's no excuse. Why can one running back run behind the same offensive line that you're running behind every week in and week out? It's no excuse. Like, if Cordell Patterson can come in and get, I think they said at one point he was averaging like 7 yards a carry. If he can do that, why can't Mike Davis do that? Like, I don't want to hear no excuses about the offensive line is not opening up holes, because Cordell Patterson is running behind the same offensive line. Now, one thing I can say about Cordell Patterson compared to a guy like Mike Davis, to me, Cordell Patterson has better vision as far as he knows when to cut. He knows when to just go straight, you know, just go straight downhill. And because he's a kick returner and a punt returner, I think he just knows how to read, leverage people's body, you know, angles and things of that nature. Cordell Patterson understands, you know, he has better vision when he's running the ball as a ball carrier than a guy like Mike Davis. So that's the first thing that stood out to me in this game, because I was going to give Mike Davis an excuse, but after seeing Cordell Patterson do what he did today, rushing for over 100 yards, which me and K-Styles were talking about it before the show, we haven't had a 100-yard rusher 22 games since we had a 100-yard rusher, and Cordell Patterson getting his second 100-yard rushing game of his career. Like, that was big for us today. And really, to me, he came into the game and he set the tone. And that's what we've been missing the last 2 games, because you need somebody that's going to come in and rip off big plays, and then it's going to talk to the defense and let them know that he's doing his thing. That's one thing that I love about Cordell Patterson. When he rips off a big run, he's going to flex on you. He's going to talk to the defensive lineman. He's going to demoralize you. He's going to run guys over, and he was doing that today. To me, for this team, he's that spark plug on this team. He's that wild card on this team where he may be a leader. Like, he's just a leader. He's a leader on this team. Let's be real. Like, he may not have a C, or they might not have announced him as as one of the leaders of this team. But to me, I don't care about a C being on your chest. I want to see you out there on the field. And to me, Cordell Patterson today, he proved that he's one of the leaders of this team. I don't care what nobody say. The coach may have not made him a leader, or the players might have not voted him as a leader. But when you watch the Falcons play, Cordero Patterson is a big reason why they won the game today. And he's the reason why we got 5 victories this year. Because pretty much every game we've won, he scored a touchdown. He's been one of the guys that has made plays all season and been that X factor. And no team has been able to shut him down. I mean, he's doing it as a punter, a kick returner. He's doing it as god dang on wide receiver. He's doing it as he's just a weapon, man. He's just a weapon, man. That's all I can say. He's a playmaker. So that's kind of where I wanted to start. Yeah, we did see with the offensive line, Dahlman, you know, flip-flopping with Hennessy, because Hennessy's been struggling. But to me, this game was more about Cordell Patterson than anything, because we seen us playing without Cordell Patterson, and we seen this Falcons team with Cordell Patterson. And to me, it looks like 2 different offenses. When he's out of the game, because if you think about it, in today's game, Kyle Pitts really didn't get off today. Like, I think he may have had like 2 receptions, maybe. He didn't really have any big plays in this game, other than that 3rd down conversion towards the end of the game. He really didn't have any big splash plays. Cordell Patterson was the guy that was pretty much, he came in, set the tone, and kind of let the team know today, the Jaguars know that, you know, we was going to win this game today, that I'm going to dominate this game. Even on a bum ankle, I'm going to dominate this game. And that just shows not only his physical toughness, but mental toughness. So I hope a guy like Calvin Ridley is actually out there watching, you know, a guy like Cordell Patterson, because Cordell Patterson is a guy I would model my game after.
Well, man, that sounds nice. We can actually say for the first time this year, we ran the damn ball and it led us to victory. Kind of getting to what you was talking about, Cordell Patterson. Hey, man, I gotta give credit what credit due. It was 2 guys today on that offense that led the way. to help Cordero Patterson. And also shout out to Tay Rush for the $5 super chat. Holla, holla, holla. I got to give credit what credit due. Drew Dahlman and Keith Smith leading the way. Like you said, because if you looked at a lot of those runs that Cordero did have, look who was chugging in front of him. Look where he was breaking his runs off at. It was behind Dahlman and behind Keith Smith. Showing up. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't so much the line. And that's what I said. And if you actually look at the stat line,
Didn't Mike say that it wasn't the running backs? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say it wasn't the offensive line? I've been telling y'all. Y'all was like, Caleb's struggling. The offensive line struggling. No, it's not. It's two things. I've been saying it. It's two things what's wrong with this Falcons offense. Receivers aren't getting open, but there isn't any lanes, and Mike Davis just ain't getting off. Simple as that. That's the only thing wrong with this Falcons offense. His offense is designed to open holes. The running back, the running game is designed to open the lanes for the receivers. So if the receivers ain't getting open, those lanes get clouded, and you don't see those big. So that's what happens when you get CP back in the game. He's a dual threat, so they have to respect him as a runner, and they got to respect him as a receiver coming out of the backfield. So the spacing is a little different. It's a little different from just being Mike Davis. So that's why you saw even in the game where Mike Davis did get in, they didn't really get off the spacing. It's all in the spacing. So as soon as we get a receiver, and maybe we get Calvin Ridley back, depending on if we go on a run or not, I don't know, but we got to get a receiver so it could kind of help those offensive linemen out. So you don't see Caleb McGarry in pass protection as much as he is. He's okay, but we don't want to see our offensive linemen in pass protection. Let's just be honest.
Exactly. And what? All right. What you got on it, J-Rock? What you got on it?
I agree with everybody on this panel as far as Cordell Patterson returning and actually having a good game. Hey, what I will say is he is an all-around player. I'm gonna call him all-around CP because he just does it all. I mean, coming from an injury like that, you can tell how important he is to this team because we look stale without him. And we put too much pressure on other players as far as rookie Kyle Pitts, Russell Gage, and Zacchaeus and all them. Without him being in the offense, we just look really, really lost out there. Not trying to change the past of how the scores went in the past games, but if we had like a fresh, good Cordell Patterson, I mean, we would be scoring. We wouldn't be getting shut out at home or getting blown out by Dallas. In the Dallas game, he went out early in that game, so that affected us a lot. That affected the whole scheme. And then, of course, we didn't have anything for Thursday Night Football, and Matt Ryan had to work with what he got, so it had to put pressure on him as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's all around Cordell Patterson. He does it all. I will applaud the defense, especially Michael Walker for stepping up since Deion Jones was out. I think he had like 12 tackles, so he did the damn thing today. I didn't really see too much penalties on our defensive backs as I would normally see in our games. So they played, fairly well. I know I did see, Harris be in certain spots, and that's okay. But I'm happy that we did get an interception, like those funny interceptions that we should be getting, especially when balls has been overthrown or tipped. So Harmon actually grabbed one today. So clap it up for that one. What's another one that I've seen today that shocked me a lot? Of course, Gage. Gage had to step up. The rotation of the center position of Hennessy and Dahlman. I felt like Dahlman would probably be better for the run type of schemes, and maybe Hennessy would be good for pass scheme. I don't know how that's going to go going forward, but I know Arthur Smith said in the post game he's going to continue that throughout the whole week. So I like that. And I'm hoping to see more of not just Cordell Patterson in the rushing game, but I want to see all three running backs. Why not? Give me Mike Davis, give me Gallman, give me Patterson. Give me the whole thing. Hell, if you want to bring Quadra back, just give me some. I would love to just have them just flush the whole 4 running backs. Or hell, even line one of them dudes up. Because none of our receivers are getting open. So we're struggling with that right now. I wouldn't mind seeing our running backs being lined up, or even a 2-back set, something, because our wide receivers need help. So other than that, it's a good win, minus what the score looks like. I know everybody's like, "Oh, 21-14." No, we came out there with a win. So on to Tampa at home. So
right. All right, Alex, what you got for us, man?
First of all, we got the win, so that's the first thing. I'm happy, I'm proud, and I want to give a round of applause to Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone, because they obviously went inside the film room, saw what San Fran did, saw maybe even a little bit of what the Colts did, and actually coordinated their rush attack with the pass protection. Oh, and shout out to the O-line coach. They used a lot of motions to get more DBs involved or safeties involved in the run game, therefore leading in mismatches. And Cordero Patterson, as Drew said, is amazing, just amazing. His vision and his speed is what makes him a really great running back. I will say I do think that I do think that Mike Davis is a good running back, and I do think that in the past, when we were doing zone concepts, they used a lot of base personnel, 5 or 3-4 personnel, where there was like 5 D linemen, and there was times where McGarry would get blown off the ball. Caleb McGarry couldn't move Matt Judon, which is actually really shocking. And then we had struggles climbing up to second leverage where Mike Davis just couldn't get more than a few yards. Now, I think that his vision is not the best, but I think that Mike Davis is a decent running back. I won't say that he's better than Cordero, but I do think that his strength, his decent vision, I won't say great vision, but decent vision, makes him a respectable running back, in my opinion. But and also his pass blocking. But I'm very impressed with the offense, and I just want to see that being kept up. Also, Fabian Moreau is great too. So.
Oh man, yeah, because I was about to.
He threw that with it.
Yeah, because I was about to say when you was talking about Mike Davis's vision. I don't know if y'all noticed the last run he did have in his last carry in the game, where you did see that his vision is kind of on the ass side of the game.
That was awful. I know exactly what you're talking about. I was like, where the hell are you going? The hole is right here. Where are you going?
But did you know? But like I said, did you notice that most of those runs that was getting broke off was on the left side?
Yeah, again, I just go with the vision side of the game. That CP has that vision, and like I said, it's not so much. It's not so much a lot of these guys can't or don't have the ability. It goes to show you with all confidence. Like I saw Davis with a like he looked like he was determined to get off to a good start, and he had a good play on the reception. And he had kind of couple, runs for 4 or 5 yards here. Like that's what I need to see from him. I don't need to see him rush for 1,000. I don't need to see him rush for 100 yards a game. I needed him to make the most out of the opportunity that he's given, and he's not doing that. That's the issue. You have CP, you have Gallman, you have Olsen, you have Keith Smith, and I'll pass it to K Styles with that.
Hey,
go ahead. That's man. I just prayed on that thing.
Hey, look, man.
They see that motherfucker.
What I'm about to say, that kind of correlates to what we talking about as far as trying to set that tone. They set the tone physically. I mean, if you looked at it, Keith Smith threw a stiff arm, boy, I didn't know he had. Cordero Patterson threw a stiff arm we didn't know. Well, we kind of knew he had, but not to that degree that he threw it in there. So for what it looked like is mentally they was trying. The game plan was to be physical. To be physical. And for a lot of people that say this game proves nothing, nobody said this game proved anything. Like I said, if the Falcons would have lost, then it would have proved that they suck. So at the end of the day, your mentality would have been like the Falcons were screwed no matter what. I see a couple y'all in here right now.
Why doesn't a win mean anything?
Actually,
we literally lost games like this under Tank. So I don't understand why we literally lost to an Indianapolis team that wasn't very great. It was injured. Like, we've lost so many games like this. Like, let's stop.
Yeah. So like that's why I said for a lot of folks that think like that. So at the end of the day, like I said, when you're playing teams that are bad like this, these are the teams that you have to beat. At the end of the day, you got to beat these teams. Because if you don't beat these teams, now it's, well, this team sucks because they didn't beat this team. When Drew literally said last week that this is a parity league any given Sunday.
Yep.
But I kind of find it funny. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but this is another win on the road. This is another win on the road.
And you know what's so funny about that? For so many years, Atlanta was never really a good road team when Matt Ryan has been in this building. We've always been a good home team through the Georgia Dome, and then, you know, the Mercedes-Benz record is what it is. But when that Georgia Dome before it got taken down, man, nobody didn't want to come in there and play. Nope.
Yeah. So that's why I say I'm finna petition for them to tear down the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and just have the Falcons play all their games on the road. Because they already don't get no fanfare anyway, so might as well play the rest of the games on the road.
That's true.
Okay, Styles, I want to mention one point when you were talking about us winning on the road that a lot of people are not paying attention to. Say we do make the playoffs and you're a wild card team. Where will you be playing? On the road. I seen a comment in the section earlier, like he was like, why would you want this Falcons team to make the playoffs? Was the comment. And it's like, because that's the reason these guys go out there and play every Sunday. Like, in my videos, people probably like, why does he keep mentioning playoffs? I'm gonna tell them like Herm Edwards say, you play to win the game. Like, these guys not out here, this is their job, but they're not just out here to collect the paycheck every Sunday. They're out here to win these games. They get paid to win these games. So every Sunday when I watch, I expect my team to win. Like, they should be going out there to win these games. I don't care who lines up in front of you. Yeah, today it was the Jaguars, but all you can do is play who's on your schedule. So next week it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And as a Falcons fan, I expect to win. As the players, I expect their attitude to be, we're going to win. Whoever you line up in front of us, wherever we play, whether we're at home or whether we're on the road, we have to build that mentality. And I feel like, to be honest, some of our fans, we have losing mentalities as fans. We talk about these players, but as fans, we've gotten used to the mediocre. We've gotten used to the brotherhood. When Dan Quinn was here, we got used to losing. Like, we have to get rid of that losing culture, even as fans. Like, we got to expect our team to win. We have to raise the bar, and we have to expect more from our players. Like, that standard. I talk about the standard all the time. We have to raise the bar. And that's what Arthur Smith and that's what Terry Fontenot, they're trying to do. They're trying to change that culture of, no. These guys get paid to go out there and win. These guys get prepared for these games and work all of these hours. These coaches are at that at Flowery Branch in that building, coming up with game plans to win these games, not to just compete. Yeah, we're trusting the process, but we want to win. Like, that's the reason they do what they do, and they put all these hours in, is to go out there and win these games. Exactly. And as a fan, I expect them to win. We expect them to win here at AFN. That's why we do it. So we're going to keep talking about the playoffs until we are eliminated. Until it's not mathematically possible for us to make the playoffs. At the end of the day, I expect these coaches like Arthur Smith to be telling these players, our goal is to make the playoffs. Our next goal, or really they always say your first goal is to win your division. Your next goal is to make the playoffs and win in the playoffs. So I'm gonna keep talking about it on my channel. We're gonna keep talking about it here at ESPN. Like, we have to change this culture of expecting mediocrity, expecting our team to lose. Like, no, we expect these guys to go toe to toe with anybody. I don't care who we playing. Every week, I expect these guys to go toe to toe, and I expect these guys to have that mentality that we're going to win this game, because everything starts mentally. And that's the reason I brought up Calvin Ridley, not to take a shot at Calvin Ridley, but everything is like, it starts mentally first. Football is mental before it's physical.
You saw it today. You saw it today with Trevor Lawrence. Like, I can look in his eyes and see he wasn't confident in himself. He was throwing balls that I've never seen him. But again, this is what we talk about. Just because you're great in college doesn't mean that's going to translate into the NFL. Once you get a quarterback or a player that is mentally tough, you gotta hold on to these guys. That diamond does it. And like I said, today we saw it even towards the end of the game. Everybody's like, it's Trevor Lawrence time. We saw him fold up. He was making passes, throwing the ball into the dirt, like he was anticipating pressure, like he wasn't himself. So again, this is what we talk about. Confidence is everything. This is why you don't get rid of a Tom Brady even at a 44, because he's still playing inspired football. Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, everybody up here talking about, Ben Roethlisberger. No, he's not the same Ben Roethlisberger, but in playoff time and big opportunities, you make those plays where you need him to shine. And today, again, man, I just gotta give a shout out to that offensive line and those running backs. Today they showed up and they showed out. CP, he's showing that he really is that damn dude. And I honestly didn't see how good. I knew he was a good player, but I didn't know he was this freaking good. So let's get to this grooming. Go ahead.
We're gonna get with we got a few of them here, so we're gonna get to this one first. The grooming experience with the $2 super chat. Holla. He said, shout out to the old line with the assist on 100 yards. Hey, man. Like I said, the first 100-yard rusher in damn near a season and a half. Think about that. Then we got another one here about Wheezy B with the $4.99 super chat. He said, we haven't won a damn home game. Our fans are horrible. That is all 5-7, and it hurts.
Talk about it. Yep, he right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
5-6, but yeah, we'll take that.
I think he's anticipating we're gonna lose to Tampa Bay next week.
Okay.
I guess because we got a home game against Tampa Bay, and I like shit. And we also got Rakondo with the $4.99 super chat. Is already one more win than last year. Progress is good. Hey, man. And you know what the crazy thing is? And I see a lot of people talking about, Falcons only beating sorry teams. It's kind of funny they don't have the same energy for the Buffalo Bills, because I just looked at their record. They got the same amount of quality wins as we do.
Yep. Come on, man. A win and a win at the end of the day, bro.
Exactly.
Let's just stop.
Exactly. We lost to sorry teams last year. We had 4 wins and 12 losses last year. In those 12 losses, it was a lot of sorry teams that beat us last year. So I'll take every victory we can get. I'll take it. As Rakondo said, any win is progress. We as a good team to set that winning culture, you have to at least start beating the mediocre to the bad teams in the league. How do you expect to beat the Buccaneers? Like I was just talking about, like this game builds confidence. We've seen the offensive line today put some good tape out there. So what you think they're going to watch this week? They're going to go back and watch the tape and see, okay, I played with better technique this week. That's only going to build confidence going into this week against Tampa. You lose this game today, going into Tampa, you probably going to get slaughtered, because these players understand that there's levels to this as well. And they understand that Tampa is a better team than the Jaguars. They understand, these rosters and how good and how highly touted that Buccaneers roster is. So anybody can be beat. The Bucs lost to Washington a couple weeks ago. We played Washington basically other than that one play where they scored that last touchdown, I think it was McKissick that scored that touchdown where Deion Jones took the bad angle. I mean, Washington, beat the Buccaneers handily a couple weeks ago. So that's why I said last week, and we talk about it, it's parity. Like from week to week, it's any given Sunday. Respect your opponent. Today, the Eagles lost to the Giants. The Giants are playing bad this year, but any given Sunday, we talk about it, especially when you're playing your division rivals. We know you throw those records out the window.
And just like right.
I was about to say, I remember watching Twisted Torch in them 2 weeks ago, and I think they were talking about the schedule. They were going over, week to week to week, and then they was talking to some people, and they was like, "Why do y'all see us losing?" Like, just like Drew was saying, it's just the fan base. Like, it's the mindset. Like, that's what they're on right now because they're over at this point, and we understand. We completely understand. But like, even with this record, they're like, "Oh man, we still have no hope." But they're not looking at it like mathematically. Like, we're still not eliminated. There's only maybe 4 or 3 good teams in the NFC right now. The rest of them have pretty much the same damn wins, 4 and 5. So it's like it's up for grabs pretty much. So it's just like the fan base. Like I'm looking at the Jaguars game. They're 2-9. You see how many fans is at their damn stadium? We don't got that. And I'm looking at Detroit Lions. They have no wins on Thanksgiving. They have a full crowd. And then we have a home game, against the Patriots, and then we got one coming up in Tampa Bay, and our fan base is like whatever. So no support. You know what I'm saying?
Say you have more attendance at a peewee football game than you do.
I'm like, what is going on, man? Like, y'all want to support them on the road? Like, come on.
See, but I'm gonna tell you what it mainly is. As long as number 2 is quarterback, most of these folks don't want nothing to do with the team. Let's just keep it real on that one. As long as number 2 is the quarterback, they don't want nothing to do with the Falcons. That's pretty much what you can really say to that. And it is proven time and time again. Like I said, you look at these chats that we have when they win. Look, nobody here. But when they lose,
they start pointing the blame.
No. When we lose, they start pouring in here trying to get that aha moment.
Oh, it's dang near 500 people in here when we lose. When we lose, it's about 500 people. Look, we got a good amount of people here, but for the most part, they want to see people lose. Them 0-17 crowd, they just want to see you lose so they can say, "Oh, all right, we got hope to replace Matt Ryan," and that's just that's all people focus on. You're not winning. Y'all not focused on winning championships. Y'all want to win that battle between fans. All right, there's a war between. I think you said this is a civil war between fans. Is the Matt Ryan supporters against the Matt Ryan haters, and y'all just trying to win that war. That's it.
But don't have a game plan for the team.
No plan.
They don't have a game plan for the team. They just think that just by replacing the quarterback, that's the only thing that this team needs to worry about. It don't work like that, bro. That's how you get your quarterback killed.
But we appreciate
these past 2 weeks shows. Matt Ryan doesn't really have any many targets. It's just Kyle Pitts out there. So, like I said, it puts a lot of pressure on him, especially. So Cordell returning does a lot for this offense. Gives you so many mismatches. You can do so much with him when he's just his presence in general. It's almost like the Julio Jones effect. It's just his presence. You can line CP all around everywhere on the field. Right. Hell, he was at DB today. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
Yeah. Hey man. Again, I think this is another point of emphasis that I gotta focus on. I gotta say this again, and I'm just gonna be real. And I try not to pick on people, But this dude, like every time you saw him in the game, they went directly at him. And I'm positive K-Style know what I'm talking about. They didn't waste no times going at him. They immediately double teamed him every chance soon they saw 96 in the game. They immediately doubled directly at him. And then you saw Anthony Rush get in. I even saw Anthony Rush with his big fat self. All right. And that I saw him penetrating, getting pressure on the quarterback. So you gonna tell me, that? Go ahead.
Nah, he forced the fumble today. Anthony Rush. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He was just in the right place at the right time.
Hey, but like you said, the thing about with Anthony Rush is the main thing is when he's in the game, you're expecting him to stop the run. He's a run stop specialist. Tyler Davis is supposed to be the run stop specialist, but you can't have a run stop specialist when people are running at you.
Bruh. They like I said, they don't waste no time. As soon as they see him, they going right at him. And it's always right up the middle. Every time it's right up the middle. It don't matter who there.
Because did you notice what they kind of did with the defensive front? I think in the second half was they started overloading one side.
Yeah, one side overloading. Yeah. I like that move.
They started overloading.
That DP is brilliant, man. I love it.
And they was trying to bait people into running in that wide space, but the thing about was they wasn't running at them wide spaces like that. And that's what Grady Jarrett was getting most of his penetration at. Was they was just bunching everybody right there.
Yeah. And I got unpopular opinion. I don't think we should draft Jordan Davis. That's just me. But because I think that we got some small pieces that really help against the run. We got Anthony Rush, who's big. And when it comes to like getting to the second level, you're going to have a hard time trying to get to the second level when you got Anthony Rush standing right in front of you. Same thing goes for Mike Pennell. Tyler Davidson hasn't looked the worst, but I still don't think you get the gist. And Grady Jarrett has
Tyler T. You talking about T. Davidson? Tyler Davidson? Oh, you talking about Marlon Davidson? He talking about Marlon Davidson. He talking about Marlon. I know that's what he's talking about.
But yeah, I think our run defense, while it's not perfect, I think is good at that D tackle spot where Dean Pease saw our roster and said, "Oh heck, no, we can't go into the season without two good run defending tackles." So he's like, we took care of that, or at least we have like it for temporary. So I think we're good on that.
I think it just gonna depend on positioning and draft. Because if we keep winning games, you might not be in position to draft Jordan Davis. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be. That's one thing. I think he's just too good of an athlete to be taking anything lower than 5, and I don't see us being 5. I mean, we've already gone over the threshold to even be in the top 5 team. Anyway, so just like I say, my dream of Jordan Davis is over. I'm not dreaming. I'm not thinking about him. I'm looking at someone else. I'm not even wasting my time thinking about getting him. We're not getting Anthony Davis, but Jordan Davis.
See now, but if it was one of those cases where he failed to us, because they're going to also kind of look at, okay, he's big, but they want to know what his motor is on all 3 downs. Is he going to be just a 3-down guy, or he just or a 2-down guy, or 3-down guy? So we don't know what the draft prospects is going to be, because when it comes to those drafts and stuff, everybody's going to be looking at the tape and stuff and what these coaches say. So you never know. He could fall. I highly doubt it, but yeah, Falcons win. The more the Falcons win, you kiss that Jordan Davis draft pick goodbye. But let's get to this $5 super chat. My Matty goes, he said defense held them down to 4 teams.
Yeah, defense coming with it. Yeah, the defense is Dean P's got this defense humming. We've seen that even in the game against the Patriots. For the most part, the defense did their part. I mean, It was a 2-possession game for most of the game. So the defense has really come on since we added those big guys y'all talking about. Y'all notice since we added Mike Pennell, since we added Anthony Rush, after we got ran through by the Carolina Panthers for almost 200 yards or over 200 yards, they went in and brought in and elevated Mike Pennell. They elevated Anthony Rush. And ever since they added those big bodies, you see the difference. And that's what Mike's talking about with the Tyler Davidson. I just want him gone. He better not be back next year. I don't want him on my practice squad. I don't want him nowhere near my team.
You saying he ain't going to see my field.
Yes, I don't want to see 96. If it was up to me, he would have got cut before the season, contract and all. I would pay him to leave. I would pay Tyler Davidson in the cap hell that we in. I still would have got rid of him. That shows how much I want him off our team. But at this point, we just throw him out there to give the other guys a breather. When I see him out there, I don't expect anything from him. My standard and the bar is super low. My bar is on the ground when it comes to Tyler Davidson. I do not When I see Tyler Davidson on the field, I expect nothing. Yeah, I don't expect nothing.
It's interesting because to me, Tyler Davidson hasn't played as bad as last year. Like he's played pretty decent. So like I don't want him on the team, but I don't mind him like rotationally in when Anthony Rush gets tired, when Mike Pennell gets tired, or in a 3-4 end spot because I think he's okay. I don't think he's great. I just think he's okay.
He's ass, bro. I'm not talking.
Hey, this all has to do like these guys that we're talking about right now. This all has to do with depth too. This is something that we didn't have last year. We had no depth on the DN in that line. So it's just those guys really help a lot. Help a lot with the rotation. I mean, you've seen Ogundeji today. He did good, but I just like how everything is. They're keeping everybody fresh. So they're just constantly rotating guys. So that's what really helps out with our team as well.
I will say this. The reason why you can't keep Tyler Davis is that he just offers absolutely nothing in pass rush. Like nothing whatsoever. So you can get Anthony Rush. We're saying Anthony Rush for the most part. You see he's making an impact. And this guy's 350 pounds. So don't give me no damn excuse that he's a run stopper. Tyler Davidson is absolutely worthless. He's worthless at this point, okay? You're seeing nothing from him. And let me take that back. The only work that he has for this team is being a depth piece. I totally agree.
That's it.
As far as that. That's it.
That's it. Just rotate somebody in so Grady don't have to play the whole game, and so
that's the only
Anthony Rush
can provide for us. That right.
Those big bodies like Anthony Rush and Mike Pennell, they're not gonna play 50 and 60 plays. Like you're gonna have to rotate bodies in, and that's what Dean Pease is doing. I mean, I don't want to make this about Tyler Davidson. I feel like we're spending too much time on Tyler Davidson. We all know what Tyler Davidson is. We know what he is.
I'm starting to get depressed.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're starting to become a real bright spot in this DB room, and that Darren Hall, man, I love him. I love him. I do this.
Awesome game today.
That's Danny Pease.
He's been playing good.
He's been doing that.
Like his technique and man coverage has been pretty decent, and I was hoping for Avery Williams to get to that level. Darren Hall said, "Oh, IO's out. Don't worry about it. I'm good," and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he was our fourth round pick, but he got tested a lot today, and he showed his ass out today too. With the big hit, especially. And then, the 3rd and 10, and then following, the 4th down play to end the game. So that was real good. He did defensively.
Exactly. Yeah, cause that hit he put on LaVisca.
Boy,
that was all for him. That, like I said, when I saw that ball, as soon as that ball left and he saw him going for that little quick screen, he attacked, exploded, and tackled.
Like you draw it up, Styles. No hesitation.
No hesitation.
As Richie said. Richie said in the chat, in our chat for Red Clay Sports, Rich Dollars. Hey.
Rich Dollar, baby.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, he talked about it. Like that was straight read and react. He seen it, he didn't even second guess himself. He just reacted. You know what I'm saying? And We've seen what he can do, form, tackle. And like I said, this defense is gaining confidence. It's because of Dean Pease. He's putting these guys in positions to succeed. You've seen guys like Richie Grant coming on that cat blitz, coming off the corner. Like you're seeing him use these guys and letting these guys be aggressive. You're seeing the Jalen Hawkins. All of these guys are taking the next step. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't know if you know. I don't think you got the jersey on, but today your boy showed his ass today. I gotta get him. I gotta get him some love today. That man looked like a man possessed today, and I'm talking about Dante Fowler Jr. That dude was coming off the edge like he was absolutely possessed today. And like I said, man, like he was getting sacks. He got a strip sack fumble. The dude was just all on. And like I said, that he was one of the main reasons. He ain't Grady Jarrett. Grady just we need to make sure Grady get his contract extension like right now. We need to be drawing that thing up right about now because Grady Jarrett is just K-Styles. What you got, bro? Whew.
You forgot the other guy on defense that showed out today.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I know where you going. Go ahead.
Hey, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like they wanted to what we said at the beginning, they wanted to establish some type of physicality. Like you said, you just came from getting embarrassed the last 2 games. And like I said, you had to come in here, you had to switch the mentality. This wasn't so much more so of X's and O's, but like you said, it was all about where was it mental.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep saying this thing in the test, all about do it against Tampa Bay. All right, they do it against Tampa Bay. What you gonna say then? I'm not gonna say the name, but yeah.
And I just want to say one thing quick, K-Styles, because he brought up my boy Dante Fowler. I wasn't gonna say nothing about him, but since Mike brought him up in this game, and this is what I talk about, I'm gonna keep it a buck straight across the board. Dante Fowler, he did play well today, but I'm still a little bit disappointed because I seen him have like 2 or 3 plays he didn't finish. That's the reason I didn't even bring his name up. And Mike know I love me some everybody in AFN know I love me some Dante Fowler.
Yeah.
But I didn't bring his name up because to me in this game he had 2 or 3 sacks. He missed like 2 sacks he could have had, but he had the quarterback dead to rights, which that just goes to show what I've been talking about, these mobile quarterbacks. For whatever reason, Dante Fowler be right there. He had 1 strip sack today where he knocked the ball out the quarterback's hands, but it was 2 other plays where he had him dead to rights, and he just missed them because Trevor Lawrence was, he's pretty fleet of foot. He was able to dip and dodge, and Dante Fowler fell to the ground, but he did a good job of bringing pressure off the edge. But I'm raising that bar for Dante Fowler because I know he can finish. I've seen him get 11 and a half sacks.
Yeah.
So I need him to finish. Like in today's game against the Jaguars, those plays you have to finish. Like he should have ended this game with at least 2.5 sacks. I think he only had 1 sack today, but he could have easily had 2 or 3 if he would have just finished. So pretty good game today for Dante Fowler, but I need him to finish.
This comment made me laugh. I had to put it up here.
I was looking at the same thing.
Said Dante Fowler lead the league in missing sacks.
Hey, what they talk about? He get quarterback pressures, but now we need you to finish because we know Pat McKinley was the pressure king with getting pressure with that bull rush, but he can never finish the play.
Hey, Mike, what'd you say on the show a couple weeks ago? Did he get the sack or no?
Get the sack or no?
That's the new motto, man.
Get the sack or no?
But he played pretty well today.
Don't nobody care about no quarterback pressures. Like that ain't getting the job. Tech got cut because he was out. Last year. Tech was our highest outside of Grady Jarrett. He had the highest pressure percentage, and you saw what the hell they got him. So all that pressure rate shit, throw that shit in the trash. That shit don't matter. Okay,
that shit got him. Look, that shit got him 17 sacks in 5 seasons.
Tackle for losses and sacks. That's what matters in this league. And Grady Jarrett is always near the top and tackles for losses. That's why he's getting the big time money. You saw it, even 3 or 4 of them today. He had like 3 or 4 of them today.
You see him slamming on the freaking grass. He was upset about one of them he didn't get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that he missed on. Actually, it was two of them because he had one on Trevor Lawrence that Trevor Lawrence slipped away from, and he had another one where Carlos Hyde put him in the spin cycle, and he was pissed off about that. I know he was, because that was a tackle for loss on both of those.
But they did do a good job of wreaking havoc. So I'm glad you brought him up, Mike, because I wasn't gonna bring him up. But since you brought him up, I think him and Grady was definitely wreaking havoc today. But they got to finish, both of them. Like you said, Grady had a couple sacks he could have had too, and one where the running back was in the backfield. He had him dead to rights on a third down, and he slipped and got the first down for it was like 3rd and 2. So they got to finish those plays.
All right, hey, I gotta show some love.
Let me say something real quick. This Packers Ram game is an absolute mess. It's just the worst football I've seen. These teams are too damn talented to be playing this mess. Ain't no damn defense in this game whatsoever, bro. It's just going up and down the field, throwing the ball. That's it. And what happened to Miss? Oh, I said Miss. Mister, the best corner in the game. He getting mollywopped right now. But let's get back to the Falcons stuff. I just had to say that. I said that because the NFC is clearly wide open, man. And like I said, if the Falcons somehow get Calvin Ridley back and they get that, that 8th spot or somewhere and at the bottom, I don't see why not, especially where the defense is playing. You could be Dante Fowler could hit something. Grady Jarrett, you got AJ playing out his damn mind. Hopefully he's okay. But you get Debo, you got Mike, you got Fourier, who's going to get a big time contract. He's a big time linebacker, and Fourier's that dude's gonna be a star. I just think Fourier is just gonna be a star, man. I think we saw today that this defense has potential. And the crazy part about this, these guys are young, man. These guys are in the early 20s to late 20s. That right there is unreal.
Oh shit! Oh my bad, y'all. I was just looking at something. This ain't Atlanta Falcon related, but they were talking about Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma to go to USC.
Oh, that ain't nothing. That's what he do. He run. He been doing it. He works in damn
Bobby Petrino.
That's all he do. He run.
Well, okay, my bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, keep on going. I just thought that. I was like, wait a minute. That's interesting. But hey, look. Like I said, Amari Diaz, he said, I call live stream, listen to you guys every morning on my way to work. You guys great, keep it real, still showing Falcons love no matter what happens. Hey, we definitely appreciate it. Hey, we the only one, we one of the few that will continue to do this. No matter what. You got a lot of people that ain't gonna do it when the chips are down. They only gonna do it when it's up. But I want to hit this comment right here. They said this game proves a punter matters. Now you see what
I like that one.
Yo,
yeah.
Now you see why I was good about the Morstead signing.
Yeah.
One thing about him is he kicks them things quick. He old as hell, but he kick them quick though.
K-Styles, I got a confession to make. I owe Thomas Morstead apology. On the Heavy Hitter show, I did talk about him being old, but he proved me wrong today. I think we need to go ahead and cut. Who is Colquitt? Yeah, I think Colquitt lost his job today because Morstead was punting that ball today, man.
Yeah.
That's
the thing.
Painting them sideline, boy.
He tuned into the show, Drew. He's like, Drew, I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. I'll show you an old man.
Hey, I knew it was coming up. It was like, hey, yeah, Georgia Tech got their ass stomped out. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, Mike, throw the shirt up. I saw the shirt you were wearing. Throw it up right quick. There you go. I see Devon and them came up with it. And guess what? Shirt I got on today? I don't give a fuck.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, he's still here. Bruh, we, like I said, think about it like this. Even though it's quote unquote against Jacksonville, this win actually puts us right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there in the mix.
In the South, I'm sorry. Let's just be exact, the South.
That puts us right there in the mix. So even if some people may say, well, this team might not be ready for the playoffs and stuff like that, we don't damn know. This is why the players play the game.
And this is the time where you get hot, as we always talk about. You want to be trending upward heading into the playoffs. Like, I don't know if you guys been watching, but a lot of the teams like Dallas, ever since Dallas stumped us out, they done went on a losing streak. A lot of these teams, the Saints, after we beat the Saints, they're on like a 4-game losing streak. The Panthers, I think they're on a 2-game losing streak. So we need to start building. This is the time where you start building towards the playoffs, because I'll tell you this Falcons team is not the same Falcons team from week 1. You know, we're slowly but surely progressing. We're seeing progression week in, week out. And I think that it was perfect today that we seen them make the adjustments on the offensive line. I can guarantee you if Dan Quinn was still the head coach, they wouldn't have made these changes that we're seeing, because they didn't believe in adjustments. We would do the same thing. We would lose the same way week in, week out. He would revert back to the cover 3. We're seeing with this team, if you don't perform, they're going to take you out the game. We've seen it today with Mike Davis. He wasn't the lead back today. They pretty much taken the ball out of his hands and said CP is the number one running back. And then after he got out, they put Wayne Gallman in. So we're seeing that they're doing what they promised us. They said it's going to be competition. And how many players have we seen released, new players brought in? So they're doing everything they can. Even though we'd have no money, they're doing what they promised that they was going to do. It's competition throughout. They're keeping everybody on their toes. And that's what I like about this team. And like I said, you just want to get hot at the right time at this point for the playoffs. If you're trending upward heading into the playoffs, trust me, if the Falcons happily, somehow sneak into the playoffs, none of these teams are going to want to face the Falcons. Because what we talked about in our last show, what travels? Defense and a running game. And that's what we've been seeing. That's what we saw today from the Falcons. And that's what we've been kind of seeing lately, is they're trying to get that running game going with CP. And this defense has been ramping it up. I mean, we've seen the turnovers today. You had Anthony Rush come up with a crucial forced fumble. You've seen Deron Harmon come down with an interception. These are the type of things we weren't seeing early in the season, where we had those 3 to 4 plays, K-Styles, that I talk about every game. We made those momentum plays today. We didn't see a missed field goal by Younghoe Koo today. We made the plays. When the plays presented themselves, players stepped up. How many interceptions have we seen Eric Harris drop? Deron Harmon drop. Today he came down with one.
Yep.
This team is starting to get that confidence, and they're making those plays when it matters. And when you're doing that, that's how you win games. When you're capitalizing on the opportunities. When those opportunities present themselves, you got to make the play. And that's what we've seen today. They made the play. The games that we've lost are the games that we didn't capitalize on the opportunities that we had.
Yeah. And just like Southside 12 here said, he said, what? The same Jacksonville team that beat the Buffalo Bills, who were a AFC favorite this year.
Yep.
Come on, bro. That's the NFL.
Exactly.
Keep that same energy.
Exactly.
Don't change up now. Keep that same energy.
Exactly. Yeah, the same Jacksonville team that most of America thought was going to beat the Falcons anyway. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, I'm gonna take that back. The same Jacksonville team that most of the Falcons fans thought they was gonna lose to. Let's keep it real.
I gotta get this comment real quick, K-Style. Normally I don't do this, but I gotta make something clear. He said, "Drew, I appreciate the positivity, but every team will want to see the Falcons in the playoffs, which means they will overlook us." No, I'm telling you right now, they're not going to want to see the Falcons if the Falcons get in the playoffs. And the reason I say this, you got to look at it like this: the Falcons have nothing to lose. When you're coming in as a 7th seed, a 6th seed, just like when the Giants went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, they had nothing to lose. Everybody. Yeah, I mean, everybody expects us to lose right now in these regular season games. So if the Falcons get into the playoffs, we playing with house money. You got a first-year head coach. You got a bunch of young players, just like in 2016. Nobody expected the Falcons to do anything in 2016 with a rookie Deion Jones, with a rookie Devondre Campbell, with a rookie Keanu Neal. Nobody expected anything out of the Falcons. Let's be real. Nobody expected anything out of the Falcons. The Falcons basically caught lightning in the bottle, and they proved everybody wrong. And that's the same thing with this team. This team has nothing to lose. We're playing with house money. We have nothing to lose. The only really veteran on this team is Matt Ryan on the offensive side of the ball. If we be real, that's like, okay, he wants to win now. Mike just talked about the defense having all these young guys. Foyer. These guys are in the prime of their career. So I really feel like nobody's going to want to see us. Nobody's going to want to see this Falcons team because we have nothing to lose.
Especially if we're doing good on the road. We're 4-2 in a row for the season.
Let's get this $5 super chat.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and make this the point of emphasis. Okay, GD with the $5 super chat. Holla. He said the Falcons won a game. Congratulations, but we're still a bad football team. How are we trending up? We've lost 2 of the last 3 games.
Okay.
Okay, and you still got about 5 more games to go.
Oh, you here with that bullshit? Excuse me, and thank you for the $5. But you just listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. How are we trending up and you lost? Look, when you win games, you go up. You don't go down. So I ain't got time for this. Somebody else. But y'all sound crazy, man.
No, they like I said, pretty much. Like I said, the more games the Falcons wins, the more depressed this fan base becomes. Let's keep it.
You lost. You got 5 wins. You still in the playoff picture. What the hell you mean? Why are we trending up? Duh. That's not a bad team if you winning. Okay, this is be honest. Just because you don't like who's on the roster doesn't mean you're a bad team. Okay, this is the dumbest shit ever. Stop with the foolishness. Matt Ryan is gonna retire. He ain't gonna play for 5 to 10 more years. Okay, we know that. So stop it. Stop the bullshit.
I got a question. I got a good question here. So I'm gonna ask GD this question. Okay, so you say we got a bad football team. So you want to play the University of Georgia 17 times a year with a bad football team?
Good point.
I guarantee you they'll stomp this shit out of Georgia. And I love Georgia. I'm just going to be real. They'll stomp this shit out of Georgia.
Look. I'm gonna ask some of y'all. So if your football team that you're fans of, that you say is a bad football team because they beat a bad team, so what you're telling me is you want to play the University of Georgia 17 times a year. I'm just saying.
Look. Why the hell did Tom Brady get praised as such a great when he been playing in a complete shit ass division for 20 years? That division has been garbage. Okay, the Jets still garbage.
Buffalo just got good.
Buffalo just got good. Why did he get praised for winning? He been beating up on garbage teams for 15 plus years, and somehow when the Falcons win against bad teams, the Falcons are still bad. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense.
Hey, Mike. Remember the AFL question of the week. Your boy just showed up in the chat today.
Go ahead.
Here you go. He said,
"Oh man,
there you go." He said he beat me to the $100 million quarterback. And you better ask Detroit that. Detroit had $100 million quarterback that never won a playoff game.
Bro, come on, man.
They said we need a dual quarterback. I'm gonna ask you a question, bro. With that dual quarterback, what's the game plan for the whole team? I'm gonna ask you this, Javard. What is the game plan for the whole team? Because it just can't be a dual threat. If you think a dual threat quarterback with what a lot of y'all say is a terrible offensive line and a terrible wide receiving core, you think that's going to work, and a defense that's not getting any pressure? I'm just saying.
That dual threat quarterback better be able to process off defenses, throw an accurate ball over many direct, like a whole bunch of duress. Better have a cannon of an arm. Better be making reads at the line. Better be running his butt off. He better be doing everything if we replacing Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan already does a lot of this stuff. So like I don't know. And
he better not miss no games.
Exactly.
That's the thing right there, K-Star. That's it right there.
Not miss no game.
He better be running for his life and still make a pinpoint throw. Like that's what he better be doing.
We already seeing the issues with Russell and Lamar. These guys are starting to miss games. Like, let's be real. The players that you guys look. One thing I always say about Tom Brady, Drew Brees, these guys were always available. And we always say the best ability is availability. If you cannot stay on the field, what good is a Michael Vick? If you can't stay on the field, what good is a Lamar? These guys are often hurt. Even your boy Watson, torn the ACL where he missed the whole year. These guys are great quarterbacks, but there's no guarantee they're gonna play because they mobile quarterbacks are the most hit players on the football field. Outside of the linebackers, defensive linemen, these guys always are physical. They're always in contact. But when we talk about positional players, quarterbacks always get it.
And I got a question to that other question that just happened. If we're a bad team, right? If the NFL were to stop right now and go to the playoffs, tell me, how are we a bad team but we would still make the playoffs? Answer me that. Answer me that, because Carolina just lost. So answer me that. We're in the playoff picture. So tell me that. Is the Saints a bad team? Because we have the same record. Riddle me that.
They're not looking at the NFC standings. They're just going based off just us. Exactly. They're just like, oh yeah, we're just terrible.
Exactly. They just think like standings don't matter. Oh, you a playoff team, you still suck. Oh, well, you this. Well, maybe y'all the ones that's wrong, because if we making the playoffs, we obviously doing something right. So I don't know what else to say.
It's all about being in the right place at the right time. And once the playoffs starts, the records go out the window.
Exactly.
It don't even matter anymore. We're a whole different team. Oh, everybody's 0-0. So just restart.
Yeah, man. So yeah, like you said, $100 million. Like I said, getting to this about $100 million quarterback. There's a $100 million quarterback in San Francisco right now that's only seen one playoff appearance.
Yeah,
and the missed 30-something games.
Yeah, like Atlanta Nation said right here in this comment, he said Matt been in the league for 13, 14 years and only missed 2 games. And as much we always talk about the offensive line being so terrible and how many licks he takes and all that stuff, that shows you how tough Matt Ryan is. But everybody's just overlooking that. They're completely overlooking that. Because what was that one season where he got taken out one game, and I think he didn't play, so we had to put in Matt Schaub, and everybody's like, oh, snap, what we going to do? Matt Ryan's not playing. How's Matt Schaub? Y'all were hitting the panic button because y'all knew what was going to happen when we didn't have Matt Ryan on that field.
Right. Hey, look at this comment. Marquis said, what's funny is that the best quarterback they call the GOAT is not a dual threat. The best rookie quarterback is not a dual threat.
Right.
Exactly.
Both of those guys, especially Matt Jones, like Matt, the dude looked like he looked like a Matt Ryan clone. Let's just be real. He's a Matt Ryan clone, and this guy is absolutely tearing it up right now. and they're winning. You know what I'm saying? And they're winning. And this is what we're talking about. The guys that the Trey, Justin Fields, all these guys. These guys are not winning. These guys can barely read a defense. They can't make those calls up front. Matt, he's doing that now. This is why you take the quarterback over the athlete. I don't know how many times we saw it with Justin Herbert. Everybody passed up on him because guess what? He wasn't shiny. He wasn't that shiny nickel. And look at him now. Wow. He looked like he's going to be the next great quarterback and going into the next generation. And guess what? He looks like Matt Ryan. People compared him to Matt Ryan.
Well, actually, that's Matt Ryan's disciple, if you actually realize that. That's his disciple.
And it starts with and on top of it, Mac Jones was blessed with the running game, has a good defense. He's surrounded of a supporting cast that's literally meant for a rookie quarterback.
Exactly. And like I said, it starts with the offensive line. The year prior, before Tom Brady left, they just signed what was Georgia boy? Was it Wynn?
Isaiah Wynn.
Yeah. So like that offensive line was already good before he left. So putting in Mac Jones, he's able to stand up in the pocket and do whatever he wants. Same thing with Herbert. I mean, Herbert, same thing. Phillip Rivers left, and he just developed.
But that's what we saying. It's not so much as we don't want the rookie quarterback. You got to have the foundation in order for the rookie quarterback to come in and do his thing.
You got to set him up for it. Just throw him into the wolves.
Yeah, like I said, you like you said, just look at the Patriots. Look what they did. They shored up the offensive line.
We set up Michael Vick for his success. That's why he was as good as he was his first couple of years. We set Matt Ryan up for success. That's what we do. We never just draft the quarterback and don't set him up for success. We've never done that. That's not what the Falcons do. So I don't understand why you expect us to just say, all right, this team clearly has flaws on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball. Let's draft a quarterback. We've never done that. Michael Vick did not start immediately.
Exactly. And for those that wanted Justin Fields in his prior draft, which again, he's a good quarterback, no shade to him. But you want to draft Justin Fields and let him sit for literally 3 years because we're not getting off of Matt Ryan's contract until 2 years, and maybe we still might extend him because from a financial standpoint, you couldn't start Justin Fields even if you wanted to because it just doesn't make financial sense. So first of all, Matt Ryan is a good quarterback, and we should be happy to have him. And second, just move on. If you're gonna get a quarterback, it's gonna be later in the rounds, and you have to accept that. This doesn't make sense.
And it's not, like you said, it's not even guaranteed that a first round quarterback is gonna be the answer. You got to get a quarterback that fits your system. And I like this comment right here. Falcon Heart Brave fan destroying that said, no one man is the problem, just like no one man is the solution. Bam. That's all it is right there.
That's what I talked about Tuesday night, K-Styles, when I talked about you have to have a full team. And to be honest, we just got to realize when we see comments, what's your end game? Do you want to win a Super Bowl or do you care about being entertained? And I think Marquis said it in the chat. It's like they don't want a winning quarterback. Falcons fans want an entertaining quarterback, a guy that's going to make flashy plays. We lose the game, but he had a 50-yard scramble or he threw a 90-yard pass. At the end of the day, I want to win games. At the end of the day, I don't care how we win them. I don't care if we win them 10-9. As long as we on the winning end of it, that's all I care about. And that's why I said we have to change our mindset. And as I think Mike said this a while ago on one of our shows, that Falcons fans, or he might even said it on his page, Falcons fans are just spoiled. Michael Vick spoiled us because we've had entertaining players like Julio Jones, like Roddy White, like Tony Gonzalez. We just been spoiled because we had so many great players and so many great athletes here in Atlanta that we take it for granted. Let's just be real. We took these guys for granted. So at this point, like I said, I just want to win. I don't care how we get it done. Just get the job done. And that's why I was saying about these games. I don't care if we win every game at the gun. As long as we win, I don't care. When that clock strikes 0-0, if we get a win, that's all that matters. And if you look at a team like the Patriots, look at majority of those early Super Bowls. They won those games by last-minute field goals. What does that mean? They just wanted to get the job done. Do your job. That's all they cared about. Nobody cares about how you win as long as you get the job done. So as fans, we really have to sit back and think, do we just want to be entertained and have flashy players, or do we actually want to build a winning culture, and do we actually want to win a championship? Because that's what we're here at AFN is about, is we want to see this team win a championship. We can care less about being entertained, and that's why we've talked about making this a more defensive-minded team. Yeah, we've had flashy offenses that can put up big points, but at the end of the day, what travels in the playoffs, as we talked about, is a running game and having a solid defense. At the end of the day, when you need a stop, can you get it? We've seen it in 2016. When we needed a stop in that Super Bowl, we couldn't get it. We could not come up with a stop, and that's really what cost us that Super Bowl.
And like I said, if it's gonna be one of those cases where Matt Ryan gonna have to be the game manager, hey, as long as it gets the dub.
Exactly.
But the thing about it is the people that complain about his arm and stuff now, once he starts running the offense where he does what a game manager does, it doesn't rely on a strong arm. He still got a problem with that because he ain't throwing the ball enough or he ain't throwing the ball deep. This ain't what it's about. We trying to change it to where it's going to be more of a trenches-oriented team. That's how all the teams win in this league. You win in the trenches. And Malik Holmes here said, can we be happy that our defense is 20th and not 32nd?
That's news to me.
I love that. I love this comment right here. That right there is the comment of the week for me. That right there is exactly what we're talking about. This is what's going to get the Falcons over the hump. Is because for quite some time we've always been in the bottom 25 and below in defense.
Right.
You can't win championship that way.
Right.
Can't win championship that way. If you're going to be that low, you got to at least be an optimistic type of defense to take ball away. And we have not been either of those. So at the end of the day, I keep hearing, and like I said, this is the comment. And like I said, it's not exactly you that said this. But I hear this all the time. Matt Ryan isn't a problem, but under him, we're still losing. But that's the reason why y'all want him gone, because we aren't winning. Instead of actually addressing the issue, y'all equate losing with Matt Ryan, and that's the problem. That's the problem we have. When you look at Tom Brady, nobody's look at the 20 plus Daniel 20 Hall of Fame players that he's had playing in his 20 plus career. Like nobody even bring those guys' name up. All they say Tom Brady got, 6, 7 rings. How many it is? Like that's nobody talks about Rodney Harrison. Nobody talks about Teddy Bruschi. Nobody talks about Willie McGinnis, Ty Law. Nobody brings up Lloyd Malloy. Nobody brings those guys up. And I probably just threw a name in there. Y'all don't even know. Nobody know who the hell Lloyd Malloy is.
Everybody forgot Lloyd Malloy was a Falcon.
He was a Falcon. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about that. So that's what we talking about, bro.
Vince Wilfork.
Wilfork and
Rob Ninkovich.
Sante
Samuel.
Yeah, man.
The McCourty twins. And the greatest Hall of Famer of that franchise history.
Hold on. Excuse me. We're gonna get to these super chats too. If we're not there. Go ahead. I just gotta say this. Like, why the fuck? Why do we have to?
Why we have to?
Because from the best of my knowledge, you look at his numbers. Tom Brady doesn't even come close to Matt Ryan and the same length at the same year as these guys. You put Tom Brady and Matt Ryan together, numbers wise, that's not even close. Matt Ryan is above heads way above Tom Brady. And that's just the facts. So tell me why we shouldn't compare the two. Because the only thing that he got on Matt Ryan right there is only rings. That's it. Let's just keep it 100. The only thing he got on Matt Ryan is rings.
Hey! I was gonna say, you know what you said? We gotta stop. Hey, y'all using Brady as the comparison stone? So,
yeah, you use it.
so y'all should.
Come on, bro.
So if Tom Brady is the standard, every quarterback is going to be put in the same sentence as him because you're using Tom Brady as the standard.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, if you're saying, but the thing is, you can't say we can't use Ryan and Brady in the same sentence, but you say Matt Ryan sucks because he doesn't have a ring and Tom Brady has 7. That's essentially putting Matt Ryan and Tom Brady in the same sentence. Am I right? I'm just looking around the crowd. Am I right?
At the end of the day, you right. You right. All right, we're gonna get this appreciated Terry Lloyd for the $5. And Sheldon Brown, I don't know if you got this, but what up, AFN? Falcons win. Hey Mike, I don't know what GM you're looking at. The Packers and Rams good. It's a good game. I don't look. This game is sloppy to me, bro. I don't feel like it ain't. Look, it ain't. I like to see a good team. All I see is teams going up and down the field. He throwing deep balls. They throwing deep balls. They big plays here and big. That's not entertaining football to me. I'm a defensive type of guy. I like to see Georgia. I like to see Alabama, crushing and smashing each other. Like I like that smash mouth style of football. I ain't with all this prissy stuff, and that's all I see for Packers and the Rams. It's just a bunch of prissy football.
Hey, we got Ricondo with the 499. He said, "Damn, we just won. Stop with the negativity."
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, y'all check out Ricardo's channel too, man. The boy got some good content. Check him out. Y'all already know if we suggest anybody to go check out their channel, they for real. So check out Ricardo, his channel, man.
Exactly. Hey, but
like, damn, boy, we up here. We won.
Hey, look, Eli beat Brady twice. And nobody put Eli up there near the GOAT status. And he beat Brady twice.
Hey, K Styles, I'm gonna tell you why. Because we got common sense. We got 2 eyes, and we seen Eli play. It's called as they say, I do the eye test. I watched Eli Manning play. I don't think anybody's calling Eli the GOAT, even though he's 2-0 in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Nobody talks about how that Giants defense, how he rode that Giants deep. And this is why we talk about you never give up on the season, because those 2 Super Bowls that Eli won, they had to win 4 straight games at the end of the season. Both of them, well, at least one of them times just to make the playoffs.
And they were wild card teams, K Styles.
They were wild card. They were 6 seeds both times. And beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. So this is why you say that's why we say you don't never tank, you don't never give up hope until you mathematically out. I'm just saying.
Also, I want to get this off my chest, just in case Dean Pease, in the 1% chance that he's watching. I feel like the key to winning against the Tampa, even though this is for another day, I feel like the key to winning against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that when we play base base personnel against the run, that we have to be conscious of who we're dropping back, because that's when Brady used to dial in those in-breaking routes across the field, because we would have like an end dropping in the coverage, and by the time he got into his spot, he couldn't even react to the ball that was being thrown. So we have to be careful about that. Maybe play with nickel coverage and base coverage and dime coverage, all of it. Like just keep them going, and we got to use different coverages. We got to go cover 2, cover 4, cover 6, cover 2 man, cover 1. throw it all, do it all. Because against Brady, like you can't play 1 or 2 formations or 1 or 2 coverages. You gotta just do everything. And also Dean Pease, I love you. Thank you for carrying this team.
Then you gotta remember that last Tampa Bay game. You gotta remember Tampa Bay had to throw balls to the wall to beat the damn Falcons. That's what the pick sixes at the end of the damn game was. Those was balls to the wall. We finna bring more than you can block.
That was a week 2 game too, K-Styles. That's why I was saying that we're not the same team. Like we faced the Tampa Bay the first time. We didn't even have Anthony Rush on the team yet. We didn't even play Mike Pennell. He wasn't even activated. He was on the practice squad. So this is like a whole, like you seen this team early in the league, and that's what's scary about when you play your division rivals twice. Like this is a whole different defense. These guys got a lot more confidence. Like these guys we're seeing now, like Jalen Hawkins wasn't playing at that time. I mean, you got all these guys. Darren Hall wasn't playing. Like this is a whole different defense. So Tom Brady might as well say you're playing a whole new team. Like they might as well come in and have a whole new, like you're gonna have a whole new game plan because it's not the same defense. It's not the same team. So I think maybe on offense, because I think at that time we still had Calvin Ridley, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we may be a little bit worse on offense when it comes to like we don't have all of our weapons because we don't have Hayden Hurst either. He's injured. But on the defensive side of the things, I think we're playing a lot better than we were in that first matchup, early in the season. So you can't look at based off of last time you played a team, coming into this game where we're going to do the same thing we did last time to them. Because this is a whole different team playing with a whole different mentality at this point of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
We got the $4.99 super chat here. Weezy B said Matt Ryan is the modern day Dan Marino.
Yeah. Sounds.
I don't think anybody ever mentioned or say that Dan Marino isn't a Hall of Famer because he never won a Super Bowl. Right? He's always had the talent. He just never had a defense.
Hey, I got a question though. I got a question. I want the whole chat to answer this question.
Uh-oh.
If Super Bowls is the only criteria for Hall of Fame, why hasn't Trent Dilfer been in the Hall of Fame or Brad Johnson?
Because that's all y'all ever bring up.
I'm just saying. I want that to be a question that everybody answers in the chat. Like I said, if Super Bowls is the only criteria for Hall of Fames, why hasn't Trent Dilfer nor Brad Johnson been in the Hall of Fame yet?
I want to know if you even know what the criteria to get in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. I mean, I can name great players that don't have Super Bowl trophies. Like you can talk about the greats. You don't even have to go digging for like the Trent Dilfers and you can look at like the Randy Mosses, the Terrell Owens, like the guys that everybody know, like they household names. You got their jersey in your closet somewhere. That's an old jersey, like a throwback jersey that don't have a Super Bowl ring. I mean, you got numerous guys, like you said, the Dan Marinos. I mean, I can go down a list of guys that everybody know that either never played in a Super Bowl or doesn't have a ring. Like that's a team accomplishment, not a one player accomplishment. And that's what we keep talking about. Like we keep comparing Matt Ryan to guys that have Super Bowls, but that's a team accomplishment. We see guys like Nick Foles. He has a ring. He was a Super Bowl MVP. Nobody's going to argue that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And if you do, you need to be drug tested.
No. Remember, in order to go to the Hall of Fame, you have to win the Super Bowl. So Nick Foles is a Super Bowl, is a Hall of Fame quarterback to these folks. And Dante H said Cat beat Ryan and he's no longer in the league. Kaepernick beat a lot of quarterbacks. He beat Aaron Rodgers too.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco was another one. I don't think anybody gonna argue that Joe Flacco deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He was a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, I mean, and we got Terry Lloyd with the $10 super chat. He said, when you have a chance to go to the playoffs, you take it. How soon people forget the Hawks was a turn ankle away from winning the championship. Most seasons, they was considered a bad team. Exactly. And I specifically remember that a lot of those same folks that said that Trae Young was absolute garbage too. I remember hearing that. we should have kept Luka crowd. I remember that. Once they made the playoffs, it was all about Trae Young after that. I don't forget. Hey, but you got, look, Sheldon, you got to look at the comments that be on all these videos we put out. They say that in order for you to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, you got to have a Super Bowl ring. They didn't say anything about defenses or nothing. They said Super Bowl ring is part of the criteria. Now, I don't know if you may be one of those guys that think like that. Hey, I'm just asking the question. No, hey, don't tell me to kick rocks. You need to talk to the people that says that.
He probably kicking rocks with that damn comment. His damn self. Probably kicking rocks while he wrote that.
Exactly. Hey, Mike, you might want to put that comment up again. That you had where you call it the AFN comment of the week. You might want to put that up again.
Oh God, really?
These are the type of comments we get all the time. Oh, let me see if it's in here.
I got it.
Yeah. Look what he said. It's no way impossible for Matt to go in the Hall of Fame with 0 Super Bowls and 1 league MVP.
Wasn't he just in the comments?
Yes, he was. Yeah. That's why I said.
Yep.
He was just in the comments just a while back ago. This is the same guy. So Sheldon, this is one of the guys that said, if you ain't got a Super Bowl ring, you don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, and tell me, like, I know Phillip Rivers probably isn't going into the Hall of Fame, but or maybe he is. And if he is, most definitely, Matt Ryan is, because he won MVP, and Phillip Rivers, I don't think is. It maybe remind me if he has, but I don't remember he has.
Phillip Rivers never did.
Exactly. Matt Ryan is as quality as it gets, and he fills with anticipation. Not only with that MVP year, but they also went to the Super Bowl, which not a lot of quarterbacks have. So he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. You cut it any way you want to do it, and he's still balling out. And how old is he? 36?
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, I rest my case.
This should not
be. Hey, look, and then nobody talks about how Phillip Rivers had one of the greatest running backs of all time and one of the greatest tight ends of all time, and one of the best defenses in a 7-year span, and didn't even get to an 8. Well, they lost in the AFC Championship game, but that's about it.
Yeah, this is just becoming sad that we have to, constantly remind people what Matt Ryan has done. If y'all watch these damn games, y'all should know what he does.
Here you go. All are very good.
It's just sad that we have to keep reminding these fans that, since 2008, we drafted Matt Ryan. Hell, we went to the playoffs immediately as soon as we drafted him. I think we lost to the Cardinals.
Oh,
it was a fairly good game.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, I tell Fair Play Sports there's the Hall of Very Good. Then you need to take about 30% of the Hall of Famers out the Hall of Fame.
Y'all to the Hall of Dumbass comments. I'm gonna create my own damn.
Hey,
Hall of Dumbass comments. That's what I'm gonna do from this point on. Saying dumb crap like that.
Hey, look, like I said, the Hall of Very Good. Like I said, then you need to take about 30% of those Hall of Famers. It's in the Hall of Fame right now, and get them out because they was in the Hall of Very Good too.
But did you notice? You notice that he tried to etch out every last one of Matt Ryan's accomplishments. That y'all didn't catch that? Like everything Matt Ryan did, he literally tried to etch out. Well, if you take away the MVP, you take away. He literally did all of that. So it's quarterbacks who never won an MVP, and Drew Brees. He's still a Hall of Famer. He has not done things that Matt Ryan did. And again, the same thing with Tom Brady. There's things that he hasn't done that Matt Ryan has done.
Look,
So,
look, your boy said the Hall of Fame has become tainted. Hey, homie, when did they become tainted? Because I need to figure something out. When has it become tainted? I need to know.
T.O. got in there. I guess that's why y'all saying that.
When did it become tainted? I need to know. I think the people want to know. The people want to know. And we got
you.
Hold on, my bad. We got hold on. Where's that? My bad. I just saw the $5.
Ooh, Jim McMahon.
You can put it back up after. Go ahead.
Okay. Devon Johnson said Jim McMahon going to the Hall of Fame. Bro. So
one of the great defenses of all time, boy.
One of the great defenses of all time. Bro.
This man out here with a 5-7 record with wide receivers I can barely name.
You looking for that comment, K-Styles?
Yeah, what was the comment you just had up?
It was this one right here.
Doing too bad with what he's got to work with.
So he said,
I think here's the problem with the whole Matt Ryan issue. See, I think a lot of people are going from the fact that saying he's part of the problem instead of saying that okay, he's underachieved for what he had. See, those are two different arguments and those are two different mindsets. You could say Matt Ryan has. Now, I know where you're about to go with this, but I'm just saying this only because they're using the wrong word. You should say, "Oh, he hasn't accomplished as much as we wanted him to." You can say that. Go ahead, Mike.
I think you muted, Mike.
I think you muted yourself, Mike. Hold on.
I want to read this. I love the channel and I respect the knowledge of the game by all you guys. However, constructive criticism isn't necessary. It's necessary regarding the Falcons. Keep it real. They are below average football team.
Who's in the playoff?
Talking about my thing is it's like when is who decides what is constructive criticism and what isn't. That's the issue that I have. Like, you guys want to say crazy stuff that isn't true and then want to use these comments and say constructive criticism. You gotta have facts and a statement. Just because you believe it and you don't have the stats and the facts and the truth behind it doesn't make it real. Okay? Show me, and this is why we've stated several times. Even now, I'm going to say it again. If you want to prove to me that Matt Ryan sucks, please come on the show. If you want to make a point and debate, please come on the show. If you can't show me proof that he ranks lower or that he sucks at anything, one particular thing, it's not a fact. Okay, so you gotta show your stats and the facts and the truth if you're gonna say that a guy sucks. That's the issue, that you want to say crazy stuff and then say it's the truth when it's not the truth, and that's the problem that we're talking about. That's not constructive criticism. You just want somebody to listen to that bullshit that you're saying.
Hey, I'm still trying to find a guy. He said the damn Hall of Fame was tainted. I'm trying to figure out when did it become tainted.
And GD, like I said, it's not you. I'm not saying it is you. It's a lot of people that they want to say crazy stuff and then they want to say, all right, this is the truth. Well, show me in the stat. Like, he's been in the league for 14 years. Nothing in his 14-year career says Matt Ryan sucks. Literally nothing. He's not ranked in the bottom of anything,
man,
as a quarterback.
Hey, K-Styles, you might have to answer that question again that you asked a couple shows ago. You might have to ask that one. Maybe not tonight, but maybe another night.
Oh, you talking about when did y'all want to get rid of when did y'all want the Falcons to get rid of Matt Ryan? That question. The
year timeline.
The year y'all wanted to get rid of Matt Ryan.
And why?
and why?
And before you do that, K Styles, what I want to just piggyback on what Mike was saying about the constructive criticism. What we looking for here at AFN, I'm gonna help them out, Mike, since nobody ever comes on when you bring up the whole Matt Ryan situation. Nobody ever want to talks about why he sucks. What we're looking for is give me a stat that a 5-6 team never made the playoffs, never has won a Super Bowl. Then you have an argument. Then that's constructive criticism. But you saying that the team is below average, or anybody saying that this team is below average, that's an opinion. You can't make that statement, for one, because the season isn't over yet. Now, once the season ends and we have this is complete, because we kind of in the process of the season, and that's why I keep saying we're seeing small victories with this team. They're slowly making progress towards being a better team. I've stated that this team is an average team. From what we're seeing, we've been around 500 all season. We win a game, we lose a game. We win 2 games, we lose a game. Like, we're up and down, up and down, up and down. So I really don't think you can say that this team is below average. I think you can say this team is average because we're almost 500. We're 5-6. So I wouldn't say that this team is necessarily below average. But what we're looking for here at AFN, we say stats, facts, and the truth. Go do your research and find out. But it's even right now, it would kind of be premeditated if you go in right now because you're still in the middle of the season. So you got to let it play out. And that's why we always say just wait and see, because nobody knows. What if this team reels off a couple wins? K-Style said, I believe his prediction was 10-7. Is that correct?
That's 10-7.
10-7, which is still possible. So we don't know. We got to wait and see. We don't know what this team is going to do. I would say like this. This team is average, but I stated before, we want this team to succeed at the end of the day. We believe in this team. Everybody on this panel believes that this team can make the playoffs. Everybody on this panel believes that this team is headed in the right direction. Are we delusional and say that this team is going to win the Super Bowl? I haven't heard one person up here say that this team is going to be in the Super Bowl, that this team is going to be in the NFC Championship game. I haven't even heard Mike say playoffs. I believe
I'm crazy.
That's my point. Crazy. He ain't even said playoffs. Me and K-Style said playoffs.
Exactly.
So I'm like, if y'all want to get mad at anybody, get mad at us, because he haven't even said nothing about that.
I have not said. Look, y'all know I don't do predictions because I don't like looking stupid. So I'm not gonna say something stupid.
Exactly. I think they.
Let me say this right quick. Let me say that. And you said, it be true. Y'all getting y'all feelings and we say blah blah blah. At the end of the day, my thing is like, why is it that this man has literally played 20 years? Nobody is trying to kick him out the door. Matt Ryan is in his 14th year. Okay, not 24th, not 2,400 years, 14th year as a quarterback, and this dude has been playing for 20 years, and y'all still ain't trying to kick him out the door. He older than Matt Ryan, bro. What are y'all talking about?
Hey, you got to remember, to some of them, that's 13 years too long.
This man up here, 44 years old. Y'all ain't trying to kick him out, but Matt Ryan, 36, 37, 36. And y'all trying to kick him out the door saying his time is up. Like, bro, make it make sense. Like, please make it make sense for me.
But like I said, at the end of the day, with the Matt Ryan thing and all that stuff like that, like I said, we gonna have a show. We gonna have since they say we have the Matt Ryan Matt Ryan show. We might do one of those, but we just gonna let those folks come in and chime in and just spill their hearts out.
We might have it this week. We might have something like that.
We might have something. But like I said, at the end of the day, with this team being a 5-6 team, like I said, me and Drew said playoffs. Mike didn't say playoffs. I think they just go after Mike because Mike is the bigger name.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's the bigger name.
I ain't never said no playoffs. I have not ordered playoffs once.
He's the bigger name because the thing is they want to prove him wrong. That's really what it comes down to. They want to prove Mike wrong.
I'm not gonna let y'all. I'm not gonna give y'all easy ammo. Y'all crazy. Y'all should know me better than that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, going back to that one comment that said we 20th on defense. Remember, we 20th with defense with damn great value potato chips.
And
with great value products. And we was dead last in the league in defense for the previous 3 years. So you can't tell me there's no progress right there.
We're 20th in defense with, and I love Fabian Moreau. With all due respect, we're 20th in defense without our second best corner. Crazy.
Yeah, no, and people give him a hard time. I mean, I just like I said a couple of shows ago when I was on. Yeah, he gets flagged for a bunch of things, but I just like his physical aspect of it. Most of the flags that he gets is just simple nonsense, really. Half of the time,
yeah,
people falling, and then they're still calling it on him because he's checking. But I think he's doing a fairly decent job as a number 2.
Flags in off coverage, which he really shouldn't be in, because he's really good in press. Like he's good. Like you try to run a go route on him, you're not gonna beat him because he used to be a running back and played track. You're not gonna beat him.
Yeah. One thing I love about him the most is probably his tackling, his open field tackling.
Exactly. Amazing.
I don't know why this
this team is like a box of chocolates. Yeah, that what you gotta get. Jenny. Jenny. See, but here's the thing, and a lot of people are saying that, we're gonna get to where you got to do it against Tampa Bay. Yeah, you got to realize Tampa Bay ain't really playing the greatest football right now. Y'all haven't noticed that ever since Tom Brady made that joke about defensive players that they haven't been playing the best football here lately.
Ooh,
I didn't realize that. And he has so many weapons too. You know what's so funny? since we are talking about the whole Matt Ryan and Tom Brady thing, y'all know the last season that Tom Brady played with New England, he was complaining that he didn't have no weapons. You hear Matt Ryan complaining that he ain't got no damn weapons?
No, not one time. Not one time. Yeah.
Not one word.
Why you think he did what he did when he came to the Bucs? Oh, let me get this guy. Let me get this guy. Let me get my guy Gronk.
Brown.
That boy got the whole All Madden team over there.
Yeah, he just recruits people.
The All Madden team offensively. But you see what they did in the draft when they got him. They addressed the trenches. Enough said. That's how you build a team. You got to set the trenches up to help your quarterback succeed. At the end of the day, your quarterback is only as good as the people protecting him, the people he throw to, and the guys running behind him.
I've been hearing some fans talk about Caleb McGarry should get benched. And let me just come out and say this, because I feel the same way about Caleb McGarry that I feel about Isaiah Oliver. Caleb McGarry in week 2, right, didn't allow one single sack against Shaq Barrett, and also played really good that game. Pretty good.
You can't talk positive about Caleb. Well, how dare you talk positive about Caleb McGarry?
Exactly. They gonna tear me apart. Caleb McGarry has actually been pretty solid. Just pretty solid. Yeah, he has his hiccups, but this dude is he's a quality tackle. If I'm being honest with you, I think he's quality. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's particularly great. I think he's just a quality tackle. And everyone on him nah, we need to cut Caleb McGarry. We need to trade Caleb McGarry. Caleb McGarry needs to get benched. Do you see? Caleb McGarry has been sacked, Matt Ryan has been sacked maybe 4 times with fault of Caleb McGarry, which I don't think is even leading this entire team. Which that should be he's the weak link. Really? This is what we're talking about? I really can't.
People gotta realize that he's also coming from an injury too. So who knows that he could be. There's a lot of people, especially in the league, that won't show that they're injured, but you know what I mean? They'll just kind of play. They'll just play through it. So who knows? He could be still injured.
Dude had COVID not that long ago too.
So he could just be fighting through it right now and just not even trying to, think about it too much. So that could be the reason why it could be flaws in this game right now. But I agree with you. I mean, other than that, he's been pretty okay.
Yeah. That shit crazy, man. He also holds franchise records for passing to. Hey, like I said, Gerard down. That doesn't matter anymore. What we gonna say? Matt Ryan's numbers have been irrelevant for the last 6 years. Let's get him out of here. That's all you're gonna get, regardless. But I want to hit this comment right here. Tony Holloway said, "Back up the Brinks truck for Thomas Morstead." Oh man. Hey man, hey, we gotta show special teams some love, man. We gotta show we gotta show punters some love, man. That's the one thing I try to bring. I try to show some punters some love when they deserve it. We show Cool love. We gotta show the other ones some love.
Mm-hmm. Cool, making tackles on special teams and everything. Like, whoa, you hitting like that?
Exactly. But yeah, we can go ahead and start winding it down here. Go let J-Rock go ahead and get your final thoughts. What you got for the people? J-Rock.
I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat.
Oh, you good.
Are we closing out?
Yeah, we're going to close it out.
Yeah, this, like I said, this was a good win today. I expected us to bounce back after getting, pretty much shut out for the past 2 weeks. I know it sucked, but we just, like we always say, we always got to hold on and just move on to the next game. But we already knew what was going to happen going into this game. Mm-hmm. I believe Cordell was a game time decision again today.
Yep.
So, like I said, him being on the field is a big difference maker. Like it shows a lot. But and who knows? Like when we're talking about his injury, I mean, he may not be 100%, but shoot, he showed his ass out today. So we're on at home again. So hopefully we can get this win. Make sure y'all follow AFN on Twitch. Also follow on Discord. We passed the 50 follower mark, but we ain't gonna stop at no 50. That was just the main goal. So till then, we trying to get popular over there on the Twitch side as well. I'm gonna drop the link for that and drop the link for the Discord. Discord's been tearing it up today so far. They always show out, especially during when Atlanta plays. So make sure y'all tune in and chat with us. Anybody else can take it away.
All right, Alex, what you got? What you got for him, Alex?
This was a good win. We're in the playoff hunt. I think we're even in the playoff picture. When it comes to next game, I just want to see more motion and more, and a little bit like more. What's the word? More calculated moves when it comes to motion in the run game, like getting O linemen on safety so we make bigger holes and things of that nature. And defense, DMPs, I say what I had to say. Love you though. And I think, well, I'm not gonna say it, but I think we have a good chance against Tampa Bay, and I'm not being delusional. I think we have a good chance. That's just me.
All right, Drew, what you got for him? Drew?
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in as always. Like we said, it was a great win today. Any win in the NFL is a great win because, like I said, we can't play this back and forth game. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. If the team lose, then we say they should have won. When they win, we not happy. Like we got to come be better fans of the team. If we're actually real fans, and we should be rooting for this team to succeed, no matter who they're facing. We are Atlanta Falcons fans. So at the end of the day, we have to change the fan base's culture. And that's what we're trying to do here at AFN. Like, we have to be better fans. Let's be fans of this team. Let's support this team. It's a reason why this team hasn't won at home this year. I'm not putting it all on the fans, but we can be that 12th man as they talk about in Seattle. Go out there and support this team. If I lived in Georgia, which I don't, I live in Florida, I would definitely, go out to the games and things of that nature to support the team. So definitely go out and support this team, man. Like get behind this team. They need the fans. Matt Ryan, Arthur Smith, they're talking about it. They want to build that winning culture because they know that nobody wants to come and watch a loser. But if you're true fans, you're not going to care. You're going to be at that stadium regardless, rooting for this team, cheering your team on. I've been an Atlanta Falcons fan since Michael Vick was drafted by the Falcons, and I've stuck with the team. I've been through with the Joey Harrington years. I remember those years of the Byron Leftwich, the Chris Redmans. I went through all of that before getting Matt Ryan. So now that I have Matt Ryan on my team and I've seen those god-awful quarterbacks, I want Matt Ryan to stay here as long as possible. As long as he's playing well, I'm a stake behind him. But even when we had the Chris Redmans, even when we had the Joey Harringtons, I still was supporting this team. We were supporting this team and doing shows after every win or loss last year. And it was way more losses than wins. We only won 4 games last year and lost 12. So sometimes it's even hard to grind out. And I think Mike and K-Styles can agree with this, that it's hard to grind out content when there's so much negativity. It's hard to grind out content when you're losing games. Like, let's be real, because everything is, how can we fix this? How can we fix that? So like I said, we just have to be better fans at the end of the day. And I'm with Alex. Like I said, I feel like our team can go toe-to-toe with anybody. It's any given Sunday. And that's why I always say during our heavy hitter shows, respect your opponent. We've seen teams this year that weren't supposed to beat, the higher upper echelon teams in this league. And we see it week in and week out where the better team loses because you just have to be better on that particular day. And that's why I want this team to make the playoffs, because it's not like the NBA where you play a series. It's one game. So if somebody catches COVID, God forbid, if somebody gets injured, God forbid, or if you're just not on your game that day, guess what? You just got to be better on that day. So let's get behind this Falcons team, man, and stop saying that we're fans. If you're a true fan, we're going to cheer this team on. And win, lose, or draw, we're going to be right there bleeding that red and black. So I'm supporting this team. I believe that this team, like I said, they can go toe-to-toe with anybody. We're not afraid of the Buccaneers. Just because they got Tom Brady, if the Washington football team can beat them, I believe that our team is better than the Washington football team. We can beat them. So let's just get behind our team and support our team at the end of the day. Make sure you hit all of the channels, Jew Talk Sports, Mad Mike Sports, K-Styles, hit his channel. I believe it's K-Styles 6-Man. Hit his channel as well. J-Rock on Twitch. Make sure you support everybody that was up here. Rakondo King. I got to definitely check out Rakondo's channel because I'm not subscribed, but I didn't realize he had a channel, but I'm definitely going to check him out as well once I get off. But definitely support everybody that's pushing that positive Atlanta Falcons content, because those are the true fans, the ones that are pushing positivity. Let's stop being so negative. We already received so much negativity from the opposing teams. Trust me, all of these teams out here are waiting for the Falcons to fall on their face. They're waiting on us to have another 28-3 moment. So let's really support our team, because we get it from the media and we get it from all of the opponents. So we don't need to have to fight with our own fan base. Like, let's all get on one accord, get on one page, and just get behind this team. We've heard Terrence Mathis. Go check him out. Atlanta Sports Unlimited. He continues to talk about we have to just get behind the team and support. He's a former player. So if him as a former player is saying that it matters when the team is behind, like when the fans are behind the team, he played in the NFL. So if he's saying that, I take his word for it. I've never played an NFL game, but he played in the league at a high level. And he said, man, when we had the fans behind us, it made a difference. So let's get behind these guys, man. Let's cheer these guys on. Let's stop attacking these guys on social media, because we talk about Calvin Ridley. Maybe that's the reason why he's going through mentally, because the fans kept attacking. Let's be real. We don't know what he's going through, but it could have been so much negativity from the fan base and him being attacked every time he dropped the pass, every time he ran backwards, consistently being pressured by the fans. So let's just get behind him. We joke about it here at AFN, him running sideways and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we support him. I got his jersey on right now. I can't wait till he get back out there on the field, because I'm going to continue to support him. win, lose, or draw. So that's all I ask from all of the fans. Just let's support each other. Let's stick together. We're supposed to be Atlanta Falcons Nation. Let's stick together because all of the other fan bases, they're not divided. For whatever reason, we're divided, whether it's Matt Ryan, whether it's the moves that the team are making. Let's just get behind this team because at the end of the day, Mike made a video, I think about a month or two ago on his channel. Y'all check it out. We don't control anything. So at the end of the day, our job is just to cheer this team on and be fans. We don't have no control over who they sign. We don't have no control over who they cut because it was up to us. Tyler Davidson would have already been cut. So we don't have no control over what goes on.
Ain't got to cut. And I got so many downvotes for that.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it back to y'all.
Like 18 down. I got like 18 downvotes for that. I said, we'll run a damn thing here. Boy, they did not like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Like, I'll go next. But like I said, we appreciate everybody. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all continue to support everybody. 6-man K Styles. Yeah, help a brother out, man. Y'all gonna make me come up here with a with a cup and a can talking about help me please. I might have to start doing that because y'all asses ain't subscribing. I'm gonna need some help.
Y'all keep looking, but y'all ain't hitting the subscribe.
Yeah, y'all watching, but y'all like fuck K Styles. But for real though, like I said, just gotta getting back on what Drew was talking about. Like I said, at the end of the day, rather it just be okay. We tired. We've seen enough of the losing. And we talk about we need to move on. The only issue that we have about people talking about moving on is nobody has a game plan on what the team should do as far as moving on. And you're thinking that just one player is going to make the big turn, make the biggest difference. You got to have a game plan when it comes to that. And that's the only thing we ask when it comes to that. But it always seems like a lot of people don't have that game plan. But like I said, we got Tampa Bay coming up. This is the game that a lot of people are like a lot of the Falcon faithful are definitely saying we're going to get blown out by. Like I said, Tampa Bay has not been playing the best football in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Like I said, after Tom Brady made that comment on Monday Night Football, that team has won a couple games, but they've been real shaky as far as wins and losses since then. So, like you said, you still got to punch a chance. Hey. And
oh God, this clown. He gonna show up at the last moment and then try to punch. You see that?
We haven't played the best football.
Yeah, I know he was gonna come in with a negative comment. I was just waiting for him. He can't say hello. He just come in with the first. Here's
the crazy thing about that when you're talking about having played the best football. Sometimes it's not always the best football. You just have to make one more play than the other team. Just like you have to score one more point than the other team. Weezy said they had a good win today, but it was a tough one. Tom Brady didn't lead them to victory today. It was all the running game that led them today. So that's why I'm saying it's been real shaky with them. So Falcons have a chance, but they have to hit on all cylinders. We have to match physicality. And if, like I said, I tell some of the fans, like I said, if you want this team to lose, you find somewhere else to go, man, because these players don't need that. Like you said, Terrence Madden said you got to get behind. These players want the fans to get behind. And stop trying to break into players' cars. What is up with y'all burning people's houses and breaking windows and stealing cars from these damn players? Y'all hate them that much?
No, yeah, it's just cold. They ain't got nowhere to stay. That's why.
I'm like, golly. Like, damn, boy, it's like all the bad stuff happening to our players, boy. They're like folks getting cars burnt down and windows busted and cars stolen. I'm like, damn, y'all spend that. I'm gonna just say, if y'all spend that much energy wanting success for a team, if it's not matching up to what you want right now, there's 31 other teams you can go root for that matches your criteria. And at the end of the day, we ride down over here. You see my shirt? We got our ass whooped yesterday. You see this shirt? I wear that proudly. That's my team. So the one thing you can say about K-Styles is I don't bandwagon nobody shit. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I'll keep it short and simple. Bye, bitches. We got that dub. Bye, bitches. That's it. That's all I had to say.
I love the anticipation of that. It was a straight silence. It was like that.
It ain't like WB. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a W. Like I said, 5-6. Moved up to second place in the division. We literally in one of the playoff spots right now. You just got to keep it going. I ain't gonna say anything about the rest of the teams here, but like you said, they just have to play no scared football. That's all I gotta do. And if anybody else ain't got nothing here to say,
bye, bitches. We got that dub.
All right, people. These boys over here at AFN. You know how we say it here. We ain't here to. Oh, and one thing, we're gonna do kicking it with K-Styles tomorrow. It's gonna be a different type of cooler talk. And we want all the people that want to move on from number 2. We especially want them to show up tomorrow because we want to hear your plans for the future and what your plans for the Falcons for that. So that's gonna be a show for y'all. We want that. We want y'all to come.
We're gonna be talking to ourselves. We're gonna be talking to our damn selves.
Look. We'll open the line and let y'all spill what y'all want to say. And like I said, we're gonna be unbiased. We're gonna sit back, let you speak, and then we just gonna ask questions. That's all we're gonna do. Ain't gonna be no confrontation here. So we need to hear some game plans and not just one thing. We need a multitude of game plans that's gonna help this team get better in the future. But yeah, like I said, here at AFN, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't gotta go home.
But you gotta get the dub up out of here.
WB. Deuces. Oh man.